For section 2.8, curve fitting with quadratic models. So our goals for this, our objectives are to use quadratic functions to model data and also to use quadratic models to analyze and predict. So starting off with a warm-up, we got a table here below and says we know it's for linear, but how do we prove it? A couple things we got to pay attention to. Double check, first of all, that your x values are evenly spaced. So going from -2 to -1, -1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 2. Thankfully, all the x's are going up by the same value. They're going up by 1. Now, to check out to see if it's linear, we got to take a look at the y values. So going from 3 to 6, we're adding 3. Going from 6 to 9, we're adding 3. From 9 to 12, we're adding 3. From 12 to 15, we're adding 3. This is those first differences that we talked about a while ago. So if we look at the differences in our y values, then if the first differences, what we just found, are constant, then it's linear. Now, using that, we're going to take a look at the second differences. So we got to talk about the same thing again. Double check your x values. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. They're all evenly spaced out. They're each going up by 1s. But if we do the same thing we did in the previous one, looking at the y values, going from 9 to 4, that's -5. Make sure that you're indicating whether it's plus or if it's minus. It's going to make a difference in a second. Going from 4 to 1, that's -3. 1 to 0, we're going down by 1. 0 to 1, we're going up by 1. 1 to 4, we're going up by 3. And 4 to 9, we're going up by 5. So those are not all constant. Those first differences are not constant, so therefore it's not linear. So if at first you don't succeed, try another row. Pretty sure that's how that phrase goes. But we're going to try this out with the differences of those differences. We're going to call them the second differences. Going from -5 to -3, that's +2. -3 to -1, that's also +2. -1 to +1, that's also +2. I bet you're seeing a pattern here. -1 to +3, or sorry, +1 to +3 is +2, and then +3 to +5 is also +2. So our second differences are constant. So therefore it's quadratic, that type of function we've been dealing with this entire unit.